Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and I want to welcome you to Monday Cross Stitch Corner. I am so glad to be back with you. Today is Monday, August 19th, and it has been over a month since I have visited with you. It has been a busy July and beginning of August. We're already to the middle of August now. But I am back and excited to share lots of things with you. My plans going forward are loose. I'm trying this out. Today I dropped my third child off at preschool, and she'll be going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the other kids are at elementary. So my plan is to be posting videos on Monday. And I hope that you enjoy positive update on a Monday morning, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we'll be back to weekly, but it could be every other week until I get my schedule all organized. But I just want to go ahead and get started. So, like I said, we had a great summer. We had a great end of summer. This past weekend, I posted some pictures. Was my son's 7th birthday, Parker, and we went to Disney Springs for lunch and stayed at a hotel down there for the night. That's one of the perks, I feel like, of living in Orlando, is you can easily head to Disney for the weekend and be home. I mean, even we go down there sometimes for a few hours, since we do have passes. Well, some of us have passes, but it's just a fun thing to do. Not all the time, but a little special perk of living in Orlando. I also had a great time at Stitch Florida, which was hosted by Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo, and Annie, the Proper Stitcher. And that was down close to Disney on International Drive. It was so fun, and they did a really great job with the whole weekend. They are hosting a retreat next year, and it is going to be in September. And I know that the retreat attendance is full. However, they do have a wait list. And I'll put a link below to the website that you can go to get on the wait list. It is still going to be in Orlando, but I believe it's going to be at a different Embassy Suites. It's right off of the interstate, so it's easy to get to, and there's lots of restaurants around, and it's close to the L&S Needle Orts, which is where I go to, and they were at the retreat as well, but then you'll be able to go to the shop and visit there. Let's see what else is on my notes. I haven't done this yet, but I am planning to, in my free time now that I have, go through some of my stash, and I have some just items that I'm not using, and I will be doing some destashing soon. So I'm going to set up an Instagram and try it through there. So be on the lookout if you're interested in seeing what I have. I haven't set it up, like I said, but it'll be probably Sweetwater Stitcher _destash. I've seen some other people doing that, so I'm planning to get working on that. And that's all for the updates. I do have some finishes, and I have 2 pieces, and I'll show you the finish in a picture. They're at the framer, and I think they're coming back today, but not till later. So I will be sure to share those next Monday with you, but I'll show you what they are. All right, and nothing is in any order. I don't remember what finished when, so I'm just going to start showing, and same with the whips. I'll explain what I brought up here to share, because it's been a lot between my last video and now, so I just thought we'd kind of start fresh. All right, the first finish, which I think I had gotten this maybe when I had just done the video, I don't really remember, was Sorry Can't. This was a collaboration between Chantelle's 141 and Kathy at Hands On Design. And I bought the whole kit. So I came with this chart. This was a free chart or bonus if you ordered the kit pre-sale. And I have not stitched this part yet, but I will in the same colors. And I did change the colors, which I'll share those as well. And this is my finish. So I stitched it on 36 count cream and sugar. And honestly, I just kind of I picked colors and then I put them randomly in there. So for my dark blue, and I'll try to hold this while I'm talking, I used Wavy Navy. These are all classic color works. For the white, I used Bamboo. For the black, I used Black Coffee, which I don't think I ended up using black. I just used the dark blue. So scratch that. No Black Coffee. Rain Shower is kind of the medium blue. Deep Blue Sea and Old Blue Jeans. And I did use, let me get all of them in there. I used a variation of all of them. And then it came with, this is the smaller part, but it came with this hoop that you would finish it on. This is for the small piece. But I decided to, because it was on 36 count and I had an idea for how I wanted to display it, I just used a 4-inch wooden hoop. And then this is the new Tilda Creating Memories fabric, and it's the blue one, which I want to say is spring. And I was dying to use that fabric because that came that same day. And then this is some vintage twill tape from Lady Dot Creates, the ruler. And the rickrack I used, which you can kind of see in here, that is from Fiber on a Whim, and I forget what the color is. And then I have these little old pins, and those are actually from Hoop and Frame. And you'll see those in another finish as well. So that was one of my finishes, and a fully finish. And I will show you, before I get to the other finishes, where this was. So right before, like a week or two before the Stitch Florida retreat, Holly Neal, who is Hobbies of Holly on Flosstube and Instagram, had posted that she had bought a longer burger basket that had, I don't want it all to fall, it had this travel lid, which these are all holes. And she was inspired by some photos she saw. I don't remember if she saw it in person or her friend Tammy saw some people at Quilter Station Retreat had these baskets. And I whitewashed my basket. But then they had all these things up in the top. This is a flower frog, which fits perfectly in the round hole. I made, with the Summer Memories fabric, with a hoop, I made an Orc container, which also fits down in there. I cannot figure out what would fit in this rectangle, but then I put magnets, and there's like a square cutout. I put my Sorry Can't at the top of there. So this is just a fun take to a retreat, have at your stitching spot. I wanted to figure out where I could and how to display my Sorry Can't all the time. Let me put that back there. And I thought, well, that would be perfect. My stitching mat is in the Summer Memories, and I have another blue one I'll show you too that I got that would go with the blue theme. And if you've been watching me for any length of time, you'll know I really like blue. And so that's why I wanted to change the blues. The kit, going back to the Sorry Can't, it came with all the DMC it came with, it came in this box. It came with the DMC. This was the finishing piece. It came with batting, the fabric, which I changed the fabric as well. It came with the sticker, needle, the lacing thread, because I did lace the back of it before I put it into the hoop. And so it was a very well done kit. Okay, that was the first finish. The second fully finish was Summer Swan. I don't think I have the pattern anymore. This is Summer Swan by With Thy Needle and Thread, and she just came out with Autumn Swan. I think that's what she called it, and I am excited to get my hands on that. This was on 40 count vintage country mocha with all the called for threads, just like she is in the pattern. And same thing, these are the 3 pins, and I bought them, like I said, from Hoop and Frame, and I'll put a link below to the pins, but they're similar to like a vintage pin. And then I used, I don't remember what color. This is Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack. And then this was another piece from the Summer, or Creating Memories, I forget, the new Tilda fabric, which I got all of the stuff the same in one day, and I thought, I'm going to use this to finish all my things. So that has been sitting in my display. I love it, with my other Brenda things. And then the 2 fully finished larger pieces that are at the framer are, one of them is Love and Learning by Emily Call. And if you recall, I was changing the house color to blue, and I will put a picture over here of my finished stitching, and then I'll show the frame finish next time. And I also did not stitch the bottom part, so I just have the alphabet and the house and the flowers. And this one, it was almost done, and I thought, after I had finished, I came back from the retreat and I finished this next piece, and I thought, I'm going to get this out and just get it done. And I sat for, I think it took me 2 or 3 days. I had to finish a couple flowers, finish filling in the grass, and the whole piece was done. So I was really excited to get this off of my whip list and finished, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. And this one is the one that kind of inspired me to get some finishing done. This is Queen of the Needle by With Thy Needle and Thread, and I started this at Stitch Florida. I had that kitted up for a while, and I used most of the called for threads, but this is my finish. So I need to fully finish this. And this is on a piece of 40 count needle and flax Thornfield. So super cute. So I had finished this, which then spurred me to finish Love and Learning. And after Love and Learning, I was still inspired to get things finished, which I know to some of you that'll be a shocker, because I feel like I do finish things, but I tend to start a lot of things. I pulled out the Maker and Mender, which is also by With Thy Needle and Thread, and I started this January of 2023. And I did change some of the colors, and I will put a picture of my finish right here. And again, I will share the framed piece next time, next Monday. I should have that back. So that was all of my fully finishes, and then my one cross stitch finish. And I did fully finish a piece, which I'll put a picture here, of a free chart from Shepherd's Bush, which I had already stitched. I had just not fully finished, and that was for the Smalls Exchange at Stitch Florida. And I am going to restitch that for myself because I gave it away and it's really cute. So I had fully finished that as well. It was kind of on while I was making things for the retreat, I wanted to get everything, pillows sewn and things like that. All right. I had a few giveaways last video, and I wanted to go ahead and share the winners for that. So the first giveaway was the Florida State Spool by Crafty Bluebonnet, and all of these are PDFs. So if you are a winner, I need you to send me an email with the email you want the PDF sent to. So if it's your email, just go ahead and type, if you don't mind typing it, and I'll send that to April or to Sandy for the number 3. So the first one was the Florida State Spool, and the winner is Brenda Johnson 9295. Congratulations. And the second one was the Candy Cane Spool, also from Crafty Bluebonnet. And the winner is Heather Black 5095. Congratulations. And the last one was A World So Sweet, which is by Sandy Spencer, Whispered Stitches. And the winner is Kathy Alt 7563. So if any of those are you, like I said, send me an email to sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com with the email you want your PDF sent to, and I will pass that along to either April or Sandy, and they will send those to you, and you can get stitching. So I am excited to share what I have in my basket. Now, I couldn't remember everything I stitched on. I have written in my planner, but I thought I'm just going to bring the basket that's next to my chair up to my craft room and share what's in it and kind of what I've been doing. And then next week we'll have an accurate depiction of what I did stitch on, because I will keep track. But since so much time went by, I thought this would be an easier way to share with you guys. So the first thing that I had been working on was I pulled out this chart, which I did not go to this retreat. However, Hobby House did have extra kits that they sold, and that's how I have this already. This is by the Scarlet House. Home is where my samplers are. And I know that Tanya is releasing this this upcoming weekend at Needlework Marketplace. So if you are interested, you can purchase this. I did get the kit, which came with 40 count Dolly Madison and the 103 silks. So I have those in here. And this is how far I had gotten. So I just started up at the top with the border, and then I was working on some of the words in the middle. And I saw Tara Sully Stitches. She stitched this, and she put home is where my stitching is, I believe. And I'm thinking I might change it to that as well. But I need to look at the chart and rechart that if I want to do that. Because I do love samplers, but I also like other things. So we'll see. But this was the first thing I worked on. Or one of the things, I should say. Because nothing is in any particular order. But it's all goodness. The other, which I know I worked on this at Stitch Florida a bit, is the Gather In by Plum Street Samplers. And this was a chart I started last year, but I didn't get very much done. So I pulled this back out. And this is on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R. Let me get this on here for you. So I did get some stitching done on this while I was at Stitch Florida. I worked on the star, So my plan for this is to, if you see the chart, is to come down and outline the windows and this vine here and the door, and then I can have this as fill-in. So I need to get more of this done to work here, and then obviously there's a lot of fill-in on this project, but I mean, I don't know what it is about houses, and it's like the bigger the better is what I seem to be drawn to. I don't know why, but I have a lot of big houses to be filling. So that is another one I would like to be working on. And I also feel, I don't know if anybody else feels like this, I'm kind of like in the, I still have a couple summer things, and I even have one summer thing I'm considering starting, but then I also am feeling the fall. So, and samplers, because we're about to be into sampler September. So I kind of feel like August is like a limbo month. I don't really know what tastes good, so to speak. Okay, this is another one which I'm not changing the chart, but I'm changing the how it's stitched. So this is it's called the Federal Sewing Pouch by Stacy Nash. This was a kit from Country Samplers Stitch Camp last year. And what I decided to do, because I was in a Stacy Nash mood and I wanted to do more of a sampler, is I am stitching the top. I'm not going to make it a bag. I'm just going to make it a long sampler. So I flipped the chart over and I'm stitching, sorry for the glare, I'm stitching this top portion like this. And then under this row of flowers, I am going to then stitch the house. So this is the top, if that makes any sense. So here I have the top portion, but it's right side facing. And then this is where these flowers are going to be. And then underneath is going to be this part. So it's going to be all going the same direction, and it'll be more of a sampler, and I'm going to frame that. So I thought that was something different. I have 2 of her other sewing pouches that I can do as the sewing pouch, but I thought I don't need 3 of them. I wanted to stitch a Stacy chart, and I had this as a kit. So I had pulled this out and got working on that. And the colors are really, these are the colors. They're very pretty. And this is Heirloom by Needle Bling, which I really love that. But the colors are so pretty. So I have been working on that. This was a new start yesterday for my son's birthday. His favorite colors are blue and green. And I had this in my stash. A lot of the charts are all from my stash, most of them, if I started something. This is a sampler in blue and green by Little Robin Designs. And if you recall, I started a sampler for both of my daughters on their birthdays in April. So I thought, well, I need something for my son. So I did start this. This is on 36 count Tyco by Picture This Plus, which is the called for fabric. And I'm using the called for threads, which here they are. Very pretty. And I am at a loss. I don't know what I want to do. So I'm doing this for my son. So I'm thinking about putting his name down here, and maybe I will put 2017 because that's when he was born. And I will get rid of the Wrought by Me. So maybe just put his name and 2017. I haven't decided that yet. But I love this, and it's not that big. as you can see, I mean, this is the full, there's a border, but that's the full width. So we will get back to that. That was a fun little start. So those were all recent. I know those were recent stitching. Okay. I did not do any more on this, and I think I showed this last time, but I'll show it anyways. It's in my bag. This is Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlet House. And I really would like to maybe put some stitches in this every day, or somehow I would like to get this done before the end of the year. And I don't remember if I said that last time or not. But I love this, and it would be a fun finish before the new year. So that's where I am. So I do have the bones of some of I need to do the rest of the border and then get to filling in. And this is on 40 count graham cracker by Wabi Sabi Linens, which is Kitten Stitcher Teresa Vanette. It's her son's linen dyeing. So I have that in my basket. And the basket I'm speaking of is kind of like my sit next to me. I'm trying to just pick things out of the basket when I'm working on projects downstairs. And then like at the beginning of the new month, I'll change up what's in the basket. I also, which I'll share in a few minutes, I have gone through my whips and have kind of narrowed them down to a number, and I have them all in some laundry baskets, and that's what I'm hoping to be picking from and then working through those for the rest of the year. I do have a couple more things I am planning to start, and I'm sure other things will come up, which is fine, but I would like the projects I have in my baskets to be pulling them out and trying to get some more of them finished, because I obviously started them and love them, and if I don't love them, then I'm just unkitting them and putting them back, because some of the things I found, they had like a couple stitches, and I mean, if I'm not going to get back to it, I might as well put the materials back. So this was another one. I had bought this as a kit from Little Red Hen when I was in Amana. And this is on 32 count, but you use one strand. And so it comes with all the threads on these little things, just what you need. And this is how far I got. I started in the middle. So I worked on and got some of the, one of the witch's dresses. And I felt like this would probably be a manageable start to work on, and I could get this done. And that was just like an hour's worth of stitching. So I could definitely see this getting done soon in the near future. So this is in the basket too. Let's see what's in this bag. Okay, these were both whips that I found that I wanted to get back to. This is the first one, which as you can see, I was definitely in a fall mood. This is When Pumpkins Glow. And this was a release from last year. And I definitely, if I spend a few days, and excuse the hanging threads, if I spent a couple days, this could be finished. This is where I am. And so what I need to do is the other side. So over here, the words, and then there are, there's a bunch of stuff along the bottom. There's like grass and little flowers, and then there's a couple more birds, and this piece would be finished. And I am planning to finish it on the board, which was from Chantelle's 141, and it's called the Panorama board. And I have that, and I will finish it on that. So I would like to get this out sooner rather than later for sure. And this was another, I think it's just a little teeny start. I started this last year at StitchCon. And this is on Weathered Stone by Atomic Ranch. And this is the chart I'm talking about. Witch's Night Out by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. And I have The Witch Started. So as you can see, I mean, this is a small chart. This could be a couple days again worth of stitching, which is kind of how this piece got finished. It was like, I think it took me 3 days and it was finished. The Maker and Mender, that was like 3 or 4 days. I just worked on it and I got it done. So these are both of these finishes, or both of these pieces would be probably 3 days worth of stitching, and they would be complete and off of my whip list, which I'm not trying to rush through anything. However, I would like some more Brenda finishes for the year, and I would like to have just some more pillows kind of for my displays. And I am going to share sometime soon. I want to go through and show the finishes I have from my Brenda year of With Thy Needle and Thread. I would like to go through and share those, what I have so far, but I have to get that organized. So that's an upcoming video for sure. This was another whip that I pulled out. I had a teeny tiny start. This was from Autumn Abundance last year at the attic, and I was able to purchase this from a D-stash. This is Gift of the Season by by Blackbird Designs. And I mentioned this last time. A lot of things I feel like I'm being drawn to have very similar colors, and they all kind of go together. So I'm excited to be creating, right now the things are on my mantle that I have done, like every opening flower, but just being able to create either a wall or some displays that all kind of, they're not the same exact colors, but they all complement and mesh together. So this is 36 count vellum by Picture This Plus. And I started up in the upper right hand, and I just had a little done, so I was working on some of the flowers, and I pulled this out after I saw Swan, the periwinkle stitcher. She was working on this. I thought, let me get mine out. And that has 2 other pieces which are in here as well that will probably do those 2. And this is not a very big sampler, so that could be something knocked out maybe during sampler September. Okay, let's see, what is this? I found lots of projects when I went through my whips, so I tried to pull those out. This was another whip. I had a small start. I love fall most of all, so I pulled this out and got working on it some more. Again, this is another 2 or 3 days of dedication. I could have it done. And I'm using most of the called for. Some of them I switched for DMC. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Old Mushroom, I believe, by XJU Design. So it has these like brown things on it, which I really don't think you're going to be able to see when I finish it, but that's okay. So I have the pumpkin, and I need the crow and then some other things and fill the pumpkin in. But I did put a little work in on that. So that was an old WIP I pulled out. And let's see, what else do I have in here? Okay, I started this piece at Stitch, Florida. And when I got home, I was like really working on this a lot. And I got a lot done. I had the goal of trying to get this done by Labor Day. I kind of like restarted my summer Sal, whatever, the one that Christine Hollis Hands Create was doing. I might pull this back out and try to get it done, but I don't. I kind of have moved to fall, and I was anticipating recording my video, which kind of gets me in a weird stitching mood. So we'll see if I get this pulled out, but I'll show you where I am. This is American Sampler, which again, Tara Sully Stitches, she just finished this, and I feel like I saw someone else finishing it recently. I am using the color conversion to Belle Soie that Carrie Tiger Lily Design did. And I'm stitching, let me get the threads out so you can see. I am stitching this on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R. And these are the threads. So she converted it to Belle Soie, and she brightened the reds up. I feel like that's the main part, was brightening the red. Oh, I have another hanging thread, and forgive me for not ironing, but so this is what I have so far. So I started up at the top at this flag, which is in the middle, and worked my way down to get the house all outlined. And then I have half the house filled in, and this is the whole width of the border. It has the words at the bottom, obviously the rest of the house, and then it has stuff over here. So I was really gung-ho and really motivated, and then something, I don't know what happened, but I kind of lost motivation. So potentially I'm going to try to get this done before Labor Day. It's not a lot of time. We'll see. So be on the lookout. Maybe I will get motivated and get working. But I absolutely love this, and if I do not get it done before Labor Day, I will more than likely put it away until January, and I am planning to do a Americana Whip Go board for next year, and that will go on it, where my whole Whip Go board is all going to be Americana. And I have a lot of things started, and then I have a list of some other Americana pieces I'd like to do, so those will go on there. All right, I have one more start or project, and then I have something that I was supposed to have started and I haven't started yet. So we'll see. This was also a start at Stitch, Florida. I went up to Inspired Needle, which is in Palm Coast, and I went there the day before the retreat, or that the retreat was starting, and the day before. I wanted to kit something up there and start it at the retreat. And I was contemplating like just working on it only, but then I got the fabric I ended up changing when I got home because it was a little hard to see. And so I wasn't stitching a lot on it, and it was hard to focus, and I needed to be able to focus more. So I did kit this with all the called for colors. And if you can see, this calls for 35 count 18th century rook by R&R. And that fabric is really it's a brown. And in the picture, to me, it looks like a green. So I had originally bought a piece of Dames of the Needle fabric, and it was like a little bit too dark. So I came home and I found this, which is Dove by Weeks Dye Works, which I think this is like a perfect depiction of the picture, which the picture is what really sold me on this. So this is what I have done. Oh goodness, trying to show all of it together. This is what I've done so far, which is not a lot. And those are the colors, and that's the picture. So, I mean, I feel like that is a very close depiction of what the picture looks like. So, this is a piece I would really like to focus on as kind of my one fall Halloween piece and see if I can get a good amount done. If not the whole thing done this year, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm thinking about maybe setting some goals for myself within the piece, kind of like assignments. Hasn't really seemed to work in the past, but I can always try again, so we'll see. But I just love that, and I think it would be really pretty to have out Halloween and then even kind of fall. So this, and it's in my bag from Carrie Tiger Lily. This was our gift from her table gift at Stitch, Florida. And she sold these as well. So I'm thinking maybe try to get that done. I don't know. I always say I have all these grand plans and then things always change. But for sure, these are in the basket. And then this is one more. I didn't start it. I was supposed to start it. And I am going to have to find who the person is hosting the sale because I did not write this down. But there is a viewer who is in the Floss Boss and Cousins Facebook group who was going to start coming to America on August 15th and invited people to join her. And I have had this kitted and I wanted to start it. I have the fabric to stitch the whole thing. However, after talking to a couple friends, and some people were doing this, I think too, I'm thinking about just stitching like this part, and then this all separate, and then making them into pillows instead of the whole thing and then like not stitching all of the names. I love the idea of the names. However, I don't know if I want to stitch all of them and have a super long piece. I think for my displays, stitching, and even if I just stitched one of them this year, one of the little picture parts, that would be a good for my like fall Thanksgiving bowl. So that's kind of my thoughts right now. I have all the called for floss. I have the 40 count vintage country mocha, which is what I'll do it on. So I would like to get that started soon. So again, when it's time to decorate, I will have that, at least one of them for this year. And one of the reasons why I was good to start was it was a Brenda piece, and although I have stitched other designers, I still have a Brenda Gervais focus where I am trying to get Brenda Gervais pieces finished, which I have been successful at doing. Okay, so that is all of my whips that are in my like stitching basket. And this is the basket. It's kind of heavy. I have them all in next to my chair, which this is a basket from 1805 Ohio Farm Baskets. And I don't know if she has this one anymore, but she has the black one, I know. I think she has some red ones. I love her. You can see up here I have one. Over here I have one. I love her baskets. So that's within my stitching basket. I also have, like I was talking about before, I did go through my whips and I pulled out 50, which to some might be a lot. To some, it might be not a lot. Everyone, I feel like, has their own threshold of what they're comfortable with as far as having whips, what overwhelms you. But to me, if I have purchased it and I want to stitch it, I don't see the difference in having it as a whip or having it sitting on the shelf. So I did pull those out. I have written them all down, and my goal is to just kind of be working through those. And like I said, I'm not saying that I'm not starting things, because I love to start things, and that will probably happen. I'm just trying to be mindful. If I start something, then I want to have a plan to finish it. There are a couple Brenda Gervais charts that are coming out that I for sure am getting. Probably will start the autumn Swan, and then I might save the other ones for later. Needlework Marketplace, which is the online shop where stores can buy new charts. That's this upcoming weekend. And there's a few that were must-haves, and some of them I like, but I'm going to wait to purchase. So I'm sure you'll see some of those coming up within my basket of what I want to be working on. I did want to talk a little about Sampler September, and then I have some things I got from Stitch Florida. I have a little bit of haul. Some of the stuff I put back, but I'll show some of the things that were exciting that I really liked. Okay, so first I want to talk about Sampler September. September is my birthday month as well, so I felt like I really wanted to have a birthday start and kind of work maybe on some other samplers I have. So for my birthday, which I have seen Kara Pink Daisy Stitcher and I'm trying to think who else is doing this one. I want to say Celeste is maybe stitching this too. Sarah Stewart Hardman. I love this chart. I love the flower pots, the house. I mean, it's so pretty and elegant. And so I was able to purchase this from Sassy Jacks when they were having their grand opening sale. So I got the chart half off, and I thought, well, that's like, I need to stitch it. So I have ordered a silk conversion from the attic, and I'm waiting for that and the fabric to come. But I'm planning to start this on my birthday, which is September 4th. So this will be for Sampler September and for my birthday. I also have purchased from a D-Stash group, which I don't know where I put it. I was able to buy Swan Lake, which is it was the Country Sampler retreat piece from Brenda Gervais. So I was really excited to be able to purchase that from a D-Stash group. Someone was selling their kit. So I probably will work on that. And then also I have Mary Ann Kopp, which is from Brenda Gervais, and I want to work on that. And then I'm thinking some of the fall pieces, if I don't finish them, or the other Brenda ones, but my thought as of right now is to have the 3 main samplers and then some little small pieces. And like, if I don't finish this before September, like this would be a good one to kind of work on, just to kind of keep in the Sampler September mood. By no means do you have to do that. I know at Fat Quarter Shop that Cheryl and Denise, they are doing Spooky September, so you could always do that. Obviously, you can always stitch whatever you want. But if you wanted to have some type of theme for September, that would be some ideas. So I have that. Okay, then I did get a special little gift in the mail. A sweet friend. She was stitching this, and I said, I have been looking for that chart. So she lent it to me. But this is a big heart name tag kit. My lovely friend Roberta lent it to me from Sable Stitchers. So thank you, Roberta. And she sent the other things. I'm probably going to change the colors to match my stitching mat, which we're both in the Sampler Guild of the Rockies. And she ordered a mat as part of the fundraiser, and I did as well. I ordered the blue, and this is my mat. So it also, in the hole, has a little pin cushion and a thread bed. And then it has the Ort catcher here. And this was not from them, but I had already made this, so it all goes together. So I had got this from Sampler Guild of the Rockies. So I'm thinking about stitching my name tag to match, which these are the colors from Sorry Can't, which it all kind of goes together. So I'll probably use these colors to stitch the name tag, and I have wanted to stitch one of these. I have a different one, but I just love the heart. And I believe this was like a kit from a retreat. So, but I'm really excited to work on that. And I want to say Roberta did hers maybe on perforated paper. I can't remember, but she showed hers on their last Flosstube, or maybe the Flosstube before that. So, but I'm excited to get that done, and I'll get that back to her. Okay, now let's see. Let me show some haul, and then I'll show kind of some of the stuff I got from Stitch Florida. I am by no means doing a whole every single thing I got and whole recap, because I know other people have, and it's been about a month since the retreat. But like I said, the retreat was awesome. I am signed up to go in September next year. But I did receive some amazing gifts, which I'll show us a few of those in a few minutes. But I had already mentioned I went up to Inspired Needle, which is in Palm Coast, and I was able to get some goodies that I have never seen before. So the first thing was, this was a Little Sparrow sewing box by Stacy Nash, and it came with the box. And I have seen this, I saw this in a picture somewhere, but I had never seen the kit. So I was able to get that. This was another fun thing I found. And if you're interested in any of this, I'm sure it's on the Inspired Needle website, or you can call Kathy and she could get an order for you. This was a kit from Sajou. So it was this little tin, and this is the sampler, and it comes all kitted with the floss and the fabric to do the little sampler. And again, as you can see, a theme of blue, but I just thought that was so cute. So I got that. I had been looking for this. This is Little Berry Thief Pin Keep by Scattered Seed Samplers. And I do have that kitted to start. I found some Brenda Gervais charts I hadn't seen. This was a Stacy Nash. I thought that was really, really pretty. Another Brenda. And I bought a box from Hobby Lobby I thought this might fit on top of as well. And this was a Blackbird chart. which Lady Hazzah Presents, Lisa, she did a Blackbird Designs like finished parade, I would say. She did have other things in there. She had lots of finishes. She finished this entire series and shows it on there, and it's amazing. Here's some of the other ones within the series. Some of them are easy to find, some are hard. I don't know if the ones that are hard are out of print. This is number 6. I do have a couple of the other ones, but this was a 12, I believe it was a 12-part series. Yeah, this is the first, 12 samplers. This is the first 6, and then there's 6 more. But Lisa did all of them. She shows them all. She personalized them to people in her family. I will put her video below. It was very, very good. And then I have never seen these at a store. These are the needlework flashcards from Brenda Gervais. So I was able to buy these, and I'll put those in a display. So that was my stuff from Inspired Needle. And then I also, after watching Tara Sully Stitches, she was showing some finishes recently, and one of her finishes was with, was a pillow. This fabric, I believe this is the right one. This is a Teresa Kogut. So I went on Etsy searching because I thought that is the perfect Halloween backing fabric. I bought this from Pumpkin Vine Quilting on Etsy, and this is Halloween Whimsy Parchment Stars. Then this is Orange Diamonds, all part of the Teresa Kogut. And this is Teresa Kogut. This is the Cream Birds. And then this was just a fun, this is called Collection for a Cause. Oh, this is from Three Sisters. I just thought this was really pretty. I don't know what I'll use it for, backing maybe, but I mean, it's just very pretty. And I haven't really bought fabric for backing in a long time, so I thought, well, that would be some good. And I have, like I showed, some small Halloween things I would like to do. This was the kit from Dying to Stitch. This is by Stacy Nash. This came the other day. This is one I'm contemplating starting, and probably will not unless I, again, get some wild hair to be working on Only Patriotic. Probably will save this for my Whipco board to keep going on, but I might start it. It's really pretty. Came with fabric and all the floss. And then I jumped on the punch needle bandwagon, which I already showed you guys. I had started doing some punch needle. I need to get it back out. I did start the, let me see if it's down here actually. I started the Create from Teresa Kogut that Chantelle is doing. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is not part of my haul, but this was, I started this, which is Create Every Day by Teresa Kogut, and Chantelle at 141 Design Company is having a punch along for this. So there's my Create part, and I need to punch the background. So I have that going. But then I also got these kitted from Treehouse Fiber Arts. The Autumn from Lori Holt, which I love all of these. Those are my favorite. And the Summer, which Lori shows on her YouTube channel. She's doing this. I think she thinks she's doing all of them, but that was the one she was showing. So I bought that. I bought the yarn or the chunky thread for this is for the summer. You do have to buy her cloth, which I had some of this. This is the Lori Holt Weaver's cloth. And then Lori shows, which I had this already. This is the one she's using, the Ultra Punch. And she uses the largest needle to do her chunky thread. So I pulled this out. I haven't used it yet because I was using the Smart Punch, which is the black one, for my Create. So I found that in my boxes of things. So I want to get one of those going. Okay, now let me show you some of the gifts I got from gifts and purchases from Stitch Florida. So this was a little vinyl pouch from Holly, Hobbies of Holly, that had some different things within it. I love this pouch and her cute card, which I need to punch this. And this is what I'm going to do with all of them. And this was not my idea. I got this idea from Katie Strachan. And she only put the cards on here. But I thought, well, there's counting pins, there's scissor fobs. I'm going to put all the things. So what she does is she takes one binder ring, and I could get a bigger one, but I didn't need it. She puts all the cards from the retreat on here. So when she looks at this ring, or I look at this ring, I know these are all the little things I received from Stitch Florida. So I'm going to put Holly's on here. But like, there's a scissor fob, some more cards. Those are Tammy Totten. Another flamingo. These are from Connie Dunn. This was from Teresa, Garden Goose, like a scissor. Just all kinds of. This was from Handmade by Harvey. So I just thought, well, this is a fun way to have it all together. And if I want to use them, I can, or I can just have them displayed. But I remember all of these people gave these things out at Stitch Florida. So I thought that was a fun way to reminisce. This I bought at Stitch Florida, and I'm now obsessed with. These are Lori Holt's needles. These are size 28. I previously was a only Peacemaker 28. And I tried one of these and am now obsessed, like I said. They're not petite, where they're too small, but they're a little smaller than the Peacemaker. They're perfect for 40 count, in my opinion. If you have not tried these, I highly recommend. But I am loving these needles. So if you are searching for a new needle, you want to try something, I would try those. This I received from Jody at Simply Stitching Ocala. When she sent, I bought some more needles, and she's making these needle minders now. This was in our box from the retreat, from Farmhouse Needleworks, Melanie. Yeah, I want to say the right name. Everybody got one of these, which is a clutch. Oh, and here's her card. She has great bags and sells these as well. These are some purchases. Susan from Sweet Wing Studio was there. So I bought this and this one, which I thought was really cute. This was from Jen Nasca. She kitted this for us, which I thought was a great idea. She did a DMC conversion. These, if you bought the lotion tin from Carrie, she gave you these two charts for free. Then I received a bag from Carol. She made me this bag, and then in the bag she had a free chart with the floss that goes with it. I thought that was a great idea. So that was a sweet gift. Thank you, Carol. These were in the welcome box we got, which is where this was also. This was from Annie, the Proper Stitcher, and I want to do this next year for sure. So pretty. And this was from Chrissy, finally a farm girl. She has a Stitch Florida Matilda. So cute. I have the stitching one finished. This was a prize I won from October House Fiber Arts. And I purchased this from Morning Glory, again with the blue. Really, really pretty. And this was a gift I received from, let me remember. Oh, cannot remember. I can see. Oh, Maria. I'm like, I can see your face. So it was this pretty bag. And inside was a tin. And then in it had some different little notions. So I thought that was great. And I met Maria at Chantelle's last year. And I can't remember if she was at Beach Please or not. But she's super sweet. This was a table gift from Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala. She gave us this bag along with, she kitted this chart, which she has this kit for sale in her shop. So all you need to do is add fabric. And this is her another little needle minder. Oh, and she made that scissor fob too. Or I mean, thread ring. So cute. Then this was from Connie at our table, who is also my cousin. So they were calling her Cousin Connie. A coaster and Ort container with the flamingos. Her theme was flamingos, obviously for Alicia. And then let me put it the right way, a bracelet that says, if I can get it right, Stitcher. So cute. Then this was from Rika, House of Stitch and Stash. Made us this. And this is the back. This is the, I believe it was, the line was called Pemberley by Riley Blake. And I purchased this from Carrie Tiger Lily. So I love this fabric. Okay, I think that is all from the retreat, all of what's happened. Very thorough catch up. So for this week, I am not going to do any giveaways. I'll get back to that next week. If you are one of those 3 who did win the PDFs from the last video, please send me an email. Let me know, and I will get your email to the correct people. And I will be back next Monday to share what I've been working on and have some more updates for you. So until next Monday, I hope you have a wonderful week. Get lots of stitching in. If your kids are back to school or grandkids, friends' kids, nieces, nephews, I hope everyone's off to a great school year. Teachers are off to a great school year as well. And so have a great week, like I said, and I'll talk to you later.